Today we're in Lebanon, Tennessee at the Motorama, put on by Both Barrels Productions scooter. I'm with Sid Cripps. This is his 35 Chevy Coupe that I had the pleasure of doing a few years back. He's been out touring it around a little bit and having some good success, so we thought we'd show you what it is. Originally, it was a 5-window coupe. I took the quarter windows out of it and chopped it about 2.5, 3 inches, something like that. Made the hood flip up and everything like that. Like, you know, I like to do that. So Sid, was just talking about doing some changes and stuff, and I said, how about we chop the top and make it a 3-window coupe? And when I chopped the top, I come around here and split it, brought it right around like that. Of course, took 2.5 inches out of the windshield post, and I pulled it down and forward, and then of course I had to build the doors and everything to that. But it wasn't a bad job. It went pretty quick. When it comes to the inside, he had a 55 Chevy dash that he cut down. It had both humps in it, and we decided it looked better with one hump in the center, so I rebuilt his dash. Okay, so you can see we used the 55 dash hump in the center. These are actually front fender spears off the 55 that I cut down and made them for the trim on the dash. So there's it's always fun to use other pieces of other cars or whatever, and make it work on what you're applying it to. And I think in this case it turned out really well. Also, he bought a shrunk down 55, 56 steering wheel too, which makes it a little bit easier to get in and out. Sid did most of his interior, and I'll let Sid tell you more about it.
Dad used to ride in this car when he was a little boy. His school teacher up in Smithville, Tennessee, owned the car. She carried her 90-year-old mother to town every day for someone to sit with her. Of course, there wasn't no room in the car, so Dad would stand on the running board and stick his arm through the vent window and ride to school sometimes up on Snow Hill in Smithville. We got the opportunity to buy the car from one of Dad's high school classmates that bought the car at her estate sale in 1962, and it was somewhere in the mid-late 70s when we found the car in Nashville, and the same man owned it. 24,000-mile car. We showed it for a long time, just at parades and stuff, and I started on it in 2000. Took the body off the frame, and I tried to do all the grunt work I could as far as the suspension and all, and Paul did all the pretty work. I had friends that helped me with the interior, and Alan Bennett over in Hendersonville sewed up the seats for me. It's a 70 model block, 010 block. That means it's a high nickel block, board 30 over. We've had it balanced and blueprinted. I had 3 2s on it, but I give up on them, and it's just got a Holly 4-barrel on it now. Mild cam, hope to be a dependable little motor. It's got a 700R transmission, overdrive transmission, and a 9-inch forward Lincoln rear end, and with the disc brakes. Got a pretty good drivetrain, Mustang 2 front suspension. You see that emblem right there? My dad bought that for me about 25 years ago. It's supposed to go on the grill of the car, but as one of Dad's kids would have it, I put it in a vise and wrapped a couple rags around it and flattened it out and put it on the air breather because I didn't want it on the grill, but it fits, so there you go. I thought I was going to be too short-legged to get out of the car, so I fooled with those. Made it to where it slides out 10 inches and then swivels, and that took me forever on the first one. The second one I did it in a couple of days, but it's actually just a talking point now because I don't need it. I can get out of the car without, But another gentleman named Vic McDonald, he helped me with all the panels and all, and we put the interior together. I don't know if you noticed, but we cut a dash out of a 55 Chevrolet, a 4-door that was headed to the crusher before we get any phone calls, and put the hump in the middle, and it turned out real nice. This year, 35 Chevrolet was the first year for what they call the turret top, and I think they had advertisement back in 35 to where they rolled the car over on its roof. Used to they had a square patch with material, and this is the first year they had the solid metal top. This is the only Chevrolet Coupe that Chevrolet ever built with suicide doors. So that's pretty unique about it. This is a super rare car. It doesn't mean that it's worth more, but the deal of it is this car was so full of wood in the doors and all, and the structure of it. Used to, when they'd wreck one of these cars, I guess they'd carry it to the body shop, and the guy would say, I ain't fooling with that. I'm not a carpenter. So, but we put all steel back in, But I think that's why this car is so rare. When they wrecked one of them and it wasn't worth fixing, it either turned into a circle track racer or got crushed. It's been a 22-year journey, and it's all about time and money. And I am so proud of my car. And but I had a whole lot of help, a whole lot of advice. And my little daddy died in 2009. I just wished he was, here to see, how his car turned out. But I've got an idea that where Dad's at, he ain't worried about no 35 Chevrolet. But I'm surely proud of my little car, and it's been a lifelong dream. Thanks to this man and some other people, I've got a beautiful car. I'm so thankful for it. And I will say this, we finished it last spring, and I went to a bunch of shows this year and had some pretty good success. And I'm really humbled by it because there's a whole lot of nice cars out there. But I'm proud of my little car, and I'm proud that I was led to the right people to help me finish my car.